Did you see the Golden Globes?
I did see the Golden Globes.
Did you see the Meryl Streep speech?
I did see the Meryl Streep speech. God bless her. God bless Meryl.
When she was talking about mixed martial arts, people got so mad. And I was like, of course she doesn't watch cage fighting. Well, she's talking out of her ass for sure, but to say that some people aren't artists, martial artists aren't artists, well, that's completely open to interpretation. Like, what do you think is beautiful? Like, you think that fucking stupid movie where you played that rock star? What was that one that nobody went to see? Ricky, Get Your Gun, or whatever the fuck that is? Listen, that wasn't art. That wasn't art. And Anderson Silva front kick to the face is 1,000 times more beautiful than that piece of shit movie you put out, lady. I'm sure she's a very nice person. She probably thinks that she's standing up for what's right.
Yeah.
Get ready for Ricky. It's Ricky Flash. Get the fuck out of here. 3 people saw that movie, and they're all related to her. Nobody saw that movie. Did you see that movie? You even heard about that? It was like, what are they doing? She's an 80-year-old lady. She's going to be a rock star. Ricky's coming back.
But it's also like such weird casting for her, too, because like she does like these emotionally difficult like Sophie's Choice movies, and then she's like trying to do like a poppy rock star movie. Well,
she was interested in it. You know, she's an amazing actress. She's an amazing artist in her realm, and I just think you could sort of say that without disparaging what other people enjoy, and including disparaging what a lot of women enjoy, like, and foreigners. Like, one of the things you were saying is that Hollywood's crawling with foreigners. If you take them out, all you have left is MMA and football, and MMA, mixed martial arts, is not the arts. But you wouldn't. That's not true, because like 80% of the fighters in the UFC are from other countries.
Yep.
They're from Ireland, like Conor McGregor. They're from Brazil, like Amanda Nunes. I mean, this is like an incredibly diverse lineup of people from all over the world. So for her to say that is like so silly. But I can understand saying that you don't think it's an art by your interpretation. I understand that.
But the larger point is that humans are silly.
Yes,
right? Humans in general are silly, and we're not individually that smart.
I think performance arts, like as far as dance, I mean, dance is clearly an art, right? If you watch Mikhail Baryshnikov, that's clearly art. And I think in many ways competition in performance, like gymnastics, is also an art. We don't think of it as an art, we think of it as a sport. But when you look at the ability to execute these spectacular moves, maybe not doing it to a concerto, but it's still art, you know? Like you see some amazing gymnasts fly through the air and nail a landing. It's beautiful. It's glorious. Well, that's art in competition, but it's not one-on-one competition. Now, art in one-on-one competition is Edson Barboza wheel-kicking Terry Edom. I know it doesn't look like art to some people, but to me it does.
Well, and it's a technically extremely difficult move. It's taken a lot of time to practice and get good at. So it's just the fact that when he does his beautiful pirouette, it just lands in someone's face.
Well, someone has to suffer. And because someone has to suffer, and perhaps sometimes both people have to suffer in terms of a very brutal fight.
Right.
But if you look at like Amanda Nunes' knockout of Ronda Rousey, if you're an Amanda Nunes fan, that is a beautiful work of art.
Yeah.
Because she didn't get any promotion for that fight. She was looked at like cannon fodder to go in there and fight Rousey. A lot of people were predicting a first-round victory, and she went out there and fucked her up in 48 seconds. That's art to some people. You know, it might not be to her, but...
Well, but also, I mean, this comes down to, you know, liberals, right? So, in general, liberals massively overfavor the notion of caring. That's like their big moral intuition, right? So, they care about the environment, right? They care about protecting children, toddlers from dangerous guns, right? They just sort of, everything is interpreted through caring and wanting to protect. So, understandably, when they look at an MMA fight, they're like, oh, that's bad because there's not caring and people are getting hurt, right? They're getting their feelings hurt. And so when Jordan Peterson is on here and he's talking about how it's this very sort of maternal thing, it is a very maternal thing. And the problem is that, you know, what ends up happening is that when you have an echo chamber like college campuses, which are incredibly liberal with very few outside opinions, that's the rabbit hole that they go down. They go down the caring rabbit hole. And when you go down the caring rabbit hole, you end up at Marxism. And, you know, when you're surrounded by people who essentially think like you, there's no one to like sit you down and be like, that's fucking nuts. Like, let's talk about.
Why do you think, though, that is? Why do you think going down the caring rabbit hole leads you to Marxism?
Well, because, you know, you don't want anyone's feelings to get hurt. You want everybody to have enough. You know, you want to share. And it's important to realize, back to your point where you said, like, you know, if it was the three of us, communism might work, right? It comes back to the Dunbar number. If you actually look at hunter-gatherer tribes, they're communists, right? They're really, really socialist. And, and what they do is, for example, they have these behaviors where, for example, they'll drag, if you go and kill a deer, we drag it into the middle of the village so everybody can see the deer, and then we divide it up, and then you make sure that you give it to everybody else first, and then you take the last piece and you take the smallest piece. So it's, you know, what you do with birthday cake. You're trying to show everybody, like, I'm being super sherry here. Isn't this great? I'm not thinking about myself. And at the level of a tribe, you and I can track all of the interactions. We can track the fact that, you know, fucking over there is not pulling his weight.
Ung's such a piece of shit.
He's such a piece of shit.
Lazy fuck.
And that's the point. We go and we talk about we talk shit about and then we go and we confront and we say, you fucking piece of shit. Like, we go out all hunting all day, and then you sit around and, you know.
There's always going to be an right?
There is always going to be an
And if you have enough people, for sure you're going to have one.
Always.
If you have 100 people, there's going to be one
And that's just evolution. It's a strategy that works.
My foot hurts. I can't hunt today. Oh, you fat sack of shit. Meanwhile, he's sitting, you come back, he's eating all the guava. You know, like, you ate all of it, you shithead. Right? And there's and then you have to plot to kill
Well, or to get to pull his weight.
Fuck him.
No, you just say kill him?
Yeah, take him hunting.
Yeah, take him hunting and have him have an accident.
Kick him over the fucking cliff.
Yeah, exactly.
Look over there, dude. Look at that waterfall.
Hey, or get him to hang out with the toddler with a gun.
Yeah. They don't have guns, though. That's not going to work. Toddler with a bow and arrow.
Spear? Yeah.
Good luck. The little kid's arms can't even stretch that far.
It's not going to know.
You have zero worry about being shot by a bow and arrow from a toddler. Another reason why arrows are superior. Yeah.